Top 10 things you didn't know about your dog. If you have a dog, then you probably already know a lot about them. But if you don't, or if you're just interested in learning more about these amazing animals, then keep reading to find out some interesting facts about dogs. Some companies even use dogs in their advertising campaigns. The Nestle company used the dog to advertise their Nesquik chocolate drink. In the ad, the dog is sitting on the floor licking his bowl of Nesquik chocolate milk while watching TV. This advertisement was actually used to help fight against child labor in Nestle factories in South America. Before we get to the list, let's take a quick look at a trivia question. What is the biggest dog ever recorded? A. Great Dane, B. Malamute, C. Mastiff. Hang in there for the answer to this animal trivia and feel free to put your answer in the comments. Also, if you're not already, be sure to subscribe and ring that bell. And here we go. 10. Most dogs are lactose intolerant. The reason for this is that they lack the enzyme lactase, which breaks down lactose, the sugar in milk. If you feed your dog cow's milk, it will end up with an upset stomach and diarrhea. If you give your dog cheese, it may also cause diarrhea. 9. The best temperature for your dog is between 68 and 72 degrees Fahrenheit. Dogs are warm-blooded animals, just like people, but they don't have sweat glands and can't cool themselves off by sweating. Dogs also don't have many blood vessels near the surface of their skin, so they can't get rid of excess heat by having blood circulate closer to the surface. They can't shiver to generate heat either, so it's important to keep your dog at a comfortable temperature and not let him get too hot or too cold. 8. If you shave your dog in the summer, you'll save a lot of money on air conditioning bills. Dogs can overheat quickly, so in the summer it's important to make sure they don't get too hot and stay cool and comfortable all day long. You may want to think about shaving your dog if he tends to overheat, or if he has a thick coat that takes a long time to dry after he gets wet or comes in from outside. 7. Dogs are colorblind. Dogs can't see colors the way people do. Dogs see in shades of gray, so a dog's perception of the world is very different from ours. The color red doesn't mean anything to a dog. A red ball doesn't look any different to him than a green or a yellow ball would. That's why it's important to use toys and balls that have some kind of scent on them, so your dog can tell them apart. 6. If you want your dog to come when you call him, don't give him any treats when he comes. If you're trying to teach your dog to come when you call him, don't give him any treats or rewards when he comes over to you. You should always reward your dog for doing something right, but not every time he does it. That way he'll be more likely to do it again in the future. 5. Dogs can smell really well. Dogs have a lot more olfactory cells than people do, so they can smell things that we can't. They have about 220 million olfactory cells in their noses, while humans only have 5 million. Their sense of smell is also much more sensitive than ours, so they can pick up smells that we can't even detect. 4. Dogs sweat through their paws. Dogs don't sweat from their skin like people do, but they do sweat from the pads of their feet. That's why it's important to keep your dog's paws clean and dry and to check them regularly for cuts or blisters that could get infected if you don't take care of them right away. 3. Some dogs are born with extra toes on each foot. It's rare, but some dogs are born with extra toes on each foot. Sometimes this happens because of a genetic mutation, an irregularity in the dog's DNA, but sometimes it just happens for no reason at all. It doesn't affect the dog at all though. Extra toes don't cause any pain or problems for dogs, and they don't get in the way when they walk. 2. Dogs are extremely good at picking up on human emotions. Dogs can tell when you're happy, sad, angry, or afraid. They're so good at reading our emotions that they can even tell when we're about to have a seizure. They can also pick up on the emotional state of other dogs and use it to their advantage in dogfights. If a dog is afraid, the other dog will know it and try to attack him. Before we get to the number 1, let's take a look back at the trivia question from earlier. What is the biggest dog ever recorded? A. Great Dane, B. Malamute, C. Mastiff. The answer is A. The Great Dane is the largest dog breed in the world. According to Guinness World Records, the largest Great Dane on record was a male named Zeus, who measured 44 inches from paw to shoulder and weighed an estimated 245 pounds. Now let's get back to our list of interesting facts about dogs. 1. Dogs have bad breath, but they don't care. Most dogs don't brush their teeth or clean their mouths like we do, so their breath smells pretty bad sometimes. The bacteria in your dog's mouth break down the food he eats and produce acids that cause bad breath. Some people brush their dog's teeth every day or give them dental chews or treats to help get rid of the smell. It's also important to give your dog lots of fresh water so that he'll drink more often and rinse his mouth out after he drinks. Dogs' teeth are very different from ours. We have flat teeth for grinding and chewing our food, but dogs have sharp teeth for tearing and ripping their food apart. If you give your dog rawhide bones or other chew toys, they will help clean his teeth. If you don't want to give your dog rawhide, try giving him real bones instead. It's okay to give your dog small pieces of cooked chicken or beef bones, but never give him pork bones because they can splinter and get stuck in his throat.